going on, guys? Welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite. God damn it. Nothing ever fails when it comes to this show. Welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite Post Show right here for July 5th, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Wednesday nights, wherever you may be. That is all right, bro. How are you feeling tonight after Dynamite? I thought it was a very, very solid show.
That was a pretty decent show. I love the Adam Cole and MJF shit.
Yeah,
It is so good. It's so entertaining.
it's hilarious.
Also,
Absolutely
happy birthday,
hilarious.
Adam Cole.
They're better than you, baby. Come on now. You know, it's awesome. We're definitely going to talk about that because that was easily one of the best parts of the entire night tonight. The Blind Eliminator Tournament, tag team tournament started tonight with the pairings, the random pairings, and everything like that. We got some more random pairings announced tonight as well, and we are going to be honestly just going through the motions of this Blind Eliminator Tournament. How do you feel about the Blind Eliminator Tournament as a whole, as like a concept of everything? Because I honestly don't see really the heart in it. I mean, it's a gimmicked tournament, you know. A lot of people have told me saying, "Phil, come on now. If WWE did this, you'd be just all over the place with it because you know random teams just aren't good apparently in WWE, but in AEW they're perfectly fine." What do you think about that, man?
I don't hate the idea
Yeah,
so much because hey, this tournament gave us the gold that is
yeah,
MJF and Adam Cole.
right.
So
This whole blind eliminator tournament to me is kind of like this, like it's a way to just continue on the storyline between Adam Cole and MJF. That's the reason why this tournament was made. It wasn't made to like, you know, to have any more substance than that to me. I feel like it wasn't really anything to really try to figure out. It was just all right, we got to get these two in a match somehow, still together, but still get involved. Why not pair these two together in this blind eliminator tournament for a shot at the tag team titles? They're most likely not going to win the goddamn thing, but because of their rivalry and all that kind of stuff. But it's harmless to me. I don't really understand why people just automatically just have to poke fun. You know?
mm, that's where we come from. It is definitely harmless.
Yeah,
It is an interesting concept.
yeah.
I've never seen it before, but hey, it'd be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, and honestly, we're getting some pretty dang good matches out of it, man. I mean, we started off tonight with a blind eliminator tag team tournament match with Swerve in Our Glory, or the former Swerve in Our Glory, you know, Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee taking on the team of the international champion Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. Very, very nice way to start off the show tonight, man. I thought it was a very good tag team match between obviously a team that was, you know, a pretty okay tag team when they were tag team champions, and then all of a sudden they fizzled out and turned into bitter god dang enemies. God damn it. What the fuck? Um and then they teamed up to go up against Darby and I lost my fucking train of thought now. Darby and Orange Cassidy. So there we got that. Hopefully he'll be back. If he is, then you know that's great. If not, I guess I'm just doing the show by myself. And here he is again. Let's go.
My bad, that was an accident. But my
God damn it.
headphones are in, and I accidentally tapped my headphones and it ended the damn thing.
Yeah. So like I was saying before it cut out and disconnected, we started off the tournament tonight with the former Swerve in Our Glory, Swerve and Keith Lee taking on the team of Darby and the international champion Orange Cassidy. I thought it was a very nice way to open up the show. And honestly, it was a very good tag team match between a team that was, very good at what they were when they were a tag team that turned into bitter enemies, and a team of OC and Darby Allin worked really well tonight.
Hmm. I think so. Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin. The interesting team, so at least. And Swerve and Glory. They still haven't had a one-on-one match yet.
Nope, nope. I don't know if I don't know if we'll ever get to that point anyway. But regardless, it was nice to at least hark back and call back to that point in time when they were a team with each other. And honestly, they weren't even that bad of a team. I don't even understand why they had to break them up in the first place to get to where we needed to be now. But uh, we started off with that, man. Another thing that we had throughout the entire show tonight was this whole MJF and Adam Cole thing. Now, MJF and Adam Cole were also paired up in this Blind Eliminator tournament, and obviously, they're still in this feud right now for the AEW World Championship. Adam Cole, he definitely should have beaten MJF in that match 3 weeks ago that went to a time limit draw. Then the week after that, they were told that they were getting paired up in this tournament. Then last week, they were just, messing around, and, they were just trying to, figure out how to even, coexist as somewhat of a team. And then they had their match tonight. Like I said earlier, man, this is harmless. They want to keep these two together. They want to keep these two involved with each other for the rest of the time until we get to their ultimate pay-per-view match, which most likely could be happening at All In at Wembley Stadium. Dude, this is comedy gold right now. This is pure. This is absolute genius. I'll just say it in that. This is a genius move by Tony Khan to put these two together in some corner in some sort of a tournament thing and tag team to keep these two together.
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting. It shouldn't be as good as it is, but it's so good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, man. Let's look at the talent here that's involved in all of this. I mean, it's MJF, who's easily, I don't care who the fuck you think you are, he is easily one of the best wrestlers in the world right now in the grand scheme of things. And Adam Cole, we all know how great Adam Cole is. The talent is unmatched when it comes to these two. So I don't really expect anything less when it comes to absolute amazingness between these two. So,
No,
so yeah, that was awesome. And then a third point that I want to bring up before we get into the normal stuff that we do here before we break down the show. Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho comes out. He's saying that he's having this somewhat babyface type of promo here when he's just talking about the good old days. Growing up here in Canada, and how he drove down the road and drove up the highways and all that kind of stuff, just reminiscing on the good old days of him being in the pro wrestling business and starting off. And then he said that he needed to reinvent himself, and what better place to do it than in Canada. Don Callis, that piece of shit Don Callis, comes out and says, hey, listen, if you want to reinvent yourself, come join Don Callis family. I'm all about that. Honestly, I am. It may not, it may surprise a lot of people that I'd actually be behind all that kind of a thing, but I'm behind it, man. They have such history with each other. If Don Callis and Jericho were, to be in somewhat of a thing together, I'm all for it, man. I think it would be great.
seems Don has a thing for Canadians.
That's true. But how do you feel about it, man? I mean, come on now. I think with the history that these two have, and with everything that has been going on between Jericho and Don as of late, I think it could honestly work for both of them involved, and they can really make something happen between those two, and really make some good TV or bad TV, depending on how you look at them.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a good for all thing involved, honestly.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So, so yeah, we had those three things that were going throughout the entire show tonight, and some mini things here and there. We had the Britt Baker Ruby Soho match for the Owen Hart Cup quarterfinals. Ruby Soho was able to get the win there. I was actually very happy about that one. I know it's my girl Britt, and she lost, but she didn't need to be in the Owen Hart Cup tournament, or at least even win it like 2 times in a row. So I'm glad Ruby got the win there, and she's going to face Sky Blue in the semifinals next week on Dynamite. So that's going to be awesome to see there. And tag team action with the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, and yeah, it was just a very well paced out show here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and it was just a harmless show. Just very nice, very easy, and just very easy to get through.
Yeah, the pacing of the show was good.
So we'll get into everything that happened on AEW Dynamite tonight, guys. If you guys like what you hear so far, make sure to hit that like button, turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We'll be live on Friday for the Friday Night SmackDown post show, and I might have something for you guys tomorrow. I might record an extra, so that you guys can have something for your Thursday afternoons. And yeah, we'll get started with the AEW Dynamite post show right here on OTB. Follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. You guys can follow me at PhillyMatt_. That is TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You guys can follow Deontay at
What you had said?
your socials.
Oh, yeah. You can follow me on TikTok at NBA Tail 2 or NBA TikTok's Wrestling. I have a YouTube channel now. Go subscribe to my YouTube. It's just my name, Deontay McCord. NBA Tail. I'm partnered with Darby Energy. If you use my code NBA Tail, you get 10% off your order. So, yeah. Happy brother out.
There you go with that. You guys can also go down to the link in the description for the WWE Shop affiliate link that is there, provided to you guys. That is my personal link, but anything that I get when it comes to the commission that I earn from that link, it goes directly back to the channel. That way you guys can continue to get the best content possible right here for OTB. You guys can also go get the merchandise. Teespring is the official home of OTB and its merchandise, so you guys can go down there, get the official merchandise of OTB today. Go get my merchandise, that is also down there in the description below, and you guys can also get Lost merchandise, which is also down there in the description below. So guys, thank you so much for all the love and support. And finally, I want to thank our sponsor for tonight's episode, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an official application on your phone where you guys can get the best deals for anything when it comes to getting a ticket. You want to go to a wrestling event nearby, you want to go to a concert, you want to go to a sporting event, use SeatGeek and use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. The green dots mean it's a good deal. The red dots mean that it's a bad deal. If you go for the green every time, you know you're getting the best deal using SeatGeek, and it's going to be a win-win when you use that code because you're going to save $20. And, when you're trying to get food or drinks or basically anything over there in those venues, it's expensive. It's pretty expensive. So save yourself the $20, save yourself some money, and use SeatGeek today and get the best deal. And you're doing it in helping for OTB. It's a great deal all around. So thank you guys for being a part of the family SeatGeek. We love being a part of yours. Let's get right into AEW Dynamite tonight. So we start off with the arena and everything like that. The pyro's going off, saying it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time for another episode of AEW Dynamite. We cut backstage to Renee Paquette, who is backstage with Keith Lee and Darby Allin before their tag team match. Darby says, he brings up the issues between Keith Lee and his tag team partner for tonight in the Blind Eliminator tournament. And basically, is trying to egg them on, saying, listen, man, I know you got some history. I know you got some history between you two. I know you got some issues between you two, but show up tonight, because if you don't, you're going to lose to a very random team in Darby and Orange Cassidy tonight. Then Keith Lee says, ballsy, stupid, but ballsy. So we got right into this matchup here, and this was a very nice tag team match, man. A very good tag team match between OC and Darby Allin with Keith and Swerve. Nice stuff here, man. I really couldn't complain about how we started off the show tonight, because it was just a very nice tag team match. Yo, D. You good?
What happened?
I was telling you that this tag team match to start off the show wasn't all that bad. This is a really good team match.
I know what it was a good match. Freaking Keith Lee launched Darby Allin into the stratosphere.
Freaking loved it, man.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So Orange Cassidy goes for the Stun Dog Millionaire, but it's not enough to keep Keith Lee down until he hits a second and a third one, followed by a Code Red. Orange then goes for the pin, but Swerve leaps off the turnbuckle and breaks it up. Swerve then goes for an attack after the tag before sending Cassidy into Keith, but OC dodges a kick from Swerve and ends up hitting Lee instead. With Lee sent to the outside of the ring, Darby is getting one more tag in and drops Swerve with a surprise pin and picks up the win to advance on into the semifinals. So OC and Darby Allin pick up the win in this very chaotic tag team match. After that tag team match, Keith Lee, he did a fist bump to Darby. He did a fist bump to OC. And they showed some respect after the match was off, or after that part of the segment was done. So honestly, a very, very nice tag team match here. Very good stuff. And OC and Darby get the win, and they move on to the semifinals.
What other team they gonna be?
They probably don't have tag team names for these kind of things, man, because it is so random. I mean, hell, we got fucking Jeff Jarrett and Matt Hardy going at it as a team, so
old heads.
Not really, meant for like a whole tag team name sort of a thing, but this was awesome. This was a great way to start the show, and just a nice callback to Swerve in Our Glory, even if it was only for that one night. So, we had a video package for this Nick Wayne guy. He's 18 years old. He legitimately just got signed to the AEW roster because, he's old enough to wrestle now. He actually got signed when he was 16. He got signed 2 years ago, but because he wasn't old enough to be on contract yet within AEW, they waited for him to actually, be old enough, be 18 years old, and now he's a part of the AEW roster. This Nick Wayne guy, I've looked him up, bro. He's not, from what I can tell, this guy's good. This guy's good for only being 18 years old, and him being a part of the AEW roster already, that is wild. I don't know when we're going to be able to see this guy, but he's a friend of Darby. So they're obviously going to pair them up at some point during the time, and I don't know. This Nick Wayne character could be cool to see him grow as a pro wrestler.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see what the kid can do. We just got to get him here in order to, figure out what he's about.
Yeah.
So, after that, we see what is happening between Hook and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. From this past week, we cut to the parking lot where Perry is arriving in the car and says that he is going to head to Tony Khan's office right now to demand an FTW title opportunity, but he gets blindsided by the champ himself, only to retreat back into his car, and the car drives away. Okay, thanks, TJ.
It was supposed to put me backstage. I don't know why it automatically threw me in.
Oh, Jesus.
But we first, before we get into the whole Hook and Jungle Boy thing, TJ, welcome to the podcast. Second, how'd you feel about this? How'd you feel about that first match that we had tonight with Darby and OC versus the former Swerve and Glory? I thought it was a very nice tag team match to start off the show.
Very much so. And, part of me feels like, correct me if I'm wrong, Swerve and Our Glory won, right?
No, they did not. Darby and Cassidy won.
Okay. I don't know why I thought they won. But, I don't know. I feel like this could start a storyline where either Keith turns heel or Swerve is pseudo babyface, and low-key have a reconnection between them in the coming weeks.
I mean, they never even had a regular match.
Yeah. They didn't even really, they didn't even really start their feud to begin with. They did the whole cinder block thing, which they did show. That took Keith Lee out of action for 2 months, and then all of a sudden they just dropped it off the face of the earth up until tonight when they had to team up together. So honestly, if the feud is dropped, just say it's dropped. And just move on with our lives. That way we can just get Swerve to do whatever he needs to do and Keith Lee to get back to being Keith Lee the way that we all know him to be. I mean, he got rid of the godforsaken, grandpa look and the wizard look as well. So thank God for that. But at the end of the day, if the feud is dropped, just say the feud is dropped and we can get things going on between these other two. But that was a very harmless and very fun tag team match there. So like I said, Jungle Boy wanted to go to Tony Khan's office to demand an FTW title shot, but he got blindsided by the champ and he retreated back into his car. They drove away, and Hook just threw what seemed to be a rock at the car. I don't know. I didn't really see anything. He threw something at the car as it was driving away. But at the end of the day, this whole thing between Hook and Jack Perry is still going on. Could we see Jungle Boy as the new FTW champion when it's all said and done with all of this?
Maybe.
I'm
not mad. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that. If anything.
Oh,
dude, I'm tired. Damn.
Yeah.
A yawn came out of nowhere. I was like, damn, bro. Like, what was that?
So yeah, I mean, listen, I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued with this whole Hook and Jungle Boy thing. I know a lot of people aren't really giving Jungle Boy a chance right now as this heel type of character. I am. I think it's honestly going to be a very good change for the guy. And at the end of the day, whether you like Jungle Boy or not, and I know a ton of people aren't really liking him as of right now, this is a much needed change for him. And I'm hoping that this is what is needed in order to kind of revigorate what he is supposed to be doing in AEW. Because a lot of people felt that this whole Jungle Boy character of him being a babyface ran its course. And now that they're doing a heel for him, they just don't give him a chance. So, I don't know. Fans are just up and down. Fans are just up and down when it comes to things like this at this point. So I just really don't care. Whatever I see could that could work for the guy. That's all that matters to me, at least. So yeah, then we come back from commercial break and we see a video package of Cole and MJF spending some friendly time together in the gym to get ready for their match in the Blind Eliminator tournament. This was fantastic. This whole thing between MJF and Adam Cole in the gym was just awesome. They were poking fun at Tony Schiavone and all that thing, and it was just a nice natural progression between, these two as a random pairing, yet still rivals for the AEW World Championship. I think this is fantastic.
I definitely agree. I just want to see it go longer because I know it's coming up soon that they're gonna resume the feud, but I just need a little longer.
I don't go there feud. I wanted to never end. You're gonna end eventually. It's a classic, MJF shit, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
As hell.
Yeah. This was great. So the Blind Eliminator tournament, I told Deontay this earlier on before you joined, TJ, but this whole Blind Eliminator tournament thing to me is completely harmless because I honestly think this whole thing was created to just continue this feud between MJF and Adam Cole. They put these two together in this random pairing to keep these two locked into a feud until they get to all in at Wembley Stadium, and then they're gonna have their match. I guarantee you they're not winning this tournament. There's gonna be some way, shape, or form. Now, one of these two, or MJF most likely, is gonna turn on Adam Cole. They're gonna get right back into the thick of things, and then we're gonna get to All In for the AEW World Championship. It was just a nice, harmless thing to do. Get these two going into this tournament and really just keep them in lock with each other until we get to All In.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be in the finals match. Whoever they face against, and they're gonna be setting up for going good. Oh, Cole's going for the last shot, then out of nowhere, MJF hits him with the fucking diamond ring in the back of the head.
Right. Because as of right now, man, I mean, they're looking pretty okay with each other. I mean, you saw the entrance tonight. I mean, they were doing the whole boom thing. MJF was running around him. Did the whole did the Adam Cole Bay with the Roderick Strong part of the Adam Cole Bay. I mean, dude, he's trying to replace Roderick Strong, and Roderick Strong is trying to say, listen, bro, come on now. This is MJF we're talking about here. This is not it's not rocket science. And Adam Cole says he has it all under control, but does he really?
We'll
figure it out, man.
Yeah, he might have it under control for now, but
we'll figure it out.
So we're back at ringside, and we see the Acclaimed make their way to the ring. They wrap. They see the Bollywood Boys and Blade already in the ring for this next match. It's the Bollywood Boys and Blade because the Butcher was in action tonight with Daddy Magic in the Blind Eliminator tournament. So and that's who MJF and Adam Cole faced. It was the Butcher and Daddy Magic, which come on. The Butcher and Daddy Magic, come on. We all knew that was not going to work out in the end. But this trios match between the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn with the Bollywood Boys and the Blade, it's a trios match to get the Acclaimed to win. Wasn't really anything too special.
One not too crazy.
Good to see the Bollywood Boys back, though. I mean, I haven't seen them since like the 205 Live days. But yeah, the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn won this thing. I mean, come on now. Who really thought that they weren't gonna win this?
Oh yeah.
So there was a tag made to Bowens as the Bollywood Boys get beat down by Bowens. Gerv sneaks in a roll up on Bowens for a near fall. But Bowens then tags in Gunn, who drops Gerv to the canvas before tagging in Caster, who hits the mic drop for the win. 1, 2, 3. And the Acclaimed. The post-match celebration was cut off by Holly Cameron. She's mad about her, mad that she got her rapping skills cut off the other night, and promising something big in the form of a video next week. Billy Gunn takes the microphone to respond and says that, listen, I only have 2 words for Cameron, and those 2 words were suck it. I really don't care whatever the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn have with QTV. This isn't anything when I'm trying to find for TV.
Yeah, QTV, I didn't even know it was still a storyline.
Well, remember, dude, Johnny TV is a part of AEW now, so they still got that going on.
Yeah, I said, yeah. That was a great segment.
Why did they put John Morrison in there with QTV? They could have done so much more with that. All right. So we had a video package showcasing Eddie Kingston's win from earlier on this morning, I should say, when he won the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship from, I believe it was Kenta?
I think so.
I believe it was Kenta. So
yes, it was.
That's a big win for him. And he says they obviously point to the fact that he and John Moxley still have some issues because they were old friends turned bitter enemies. Commentary then hypes up Blood and Guts, raising the question, who will the Elite and who will the BCC have as their mystery tag team partner? It is confirmed to be a 5-on-5 this year, and both teams have a mystery partner. So we could be seeing, Kota Ibushi on the side of the Elite, and then whoever joins the BCC side of things for that when it comes to Blood and Guts. I want to ask you guys this question because of everything that happened earlier on tonight when it came to Don Callis and Chris Jericho. Could Chris Jericho be that mystery partner because of the Don Callis family and his affiliation with the BCC?
It's very possible. Or as Jericho said, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. It could work.
It could. We'll just see what happens.
because Brian's going to be out with the broken forearm, and every other member of the BCC is in this match. So, and yes, Konosuke Takeshita is officially a part of the BCC now. So yeah, we just need out one more person. I don't know. Could be interesting. We'll figure it out, though. I will say, though, I'm so happy that I was able to get my ticket for that shit, man. I'm gonna be so lucky seeing that. Can't wait. Can't freaking wait. But then after that, we cut backstage to seeing Renee and RJ City with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was drawn earlier on today for the Blind Eliminator tournament, so we are drawing his tag team partner's name now, and it's Jeff Jarrett, not Hardy. Jeff Jarrett. Okay. Matt is furious. Great. Matt is furious, and he walked off. So that we can cut to commercial break. Dude, they are legitimately already bending their own rules. AEW is bending their own rules. Jeff Jarrett said in the concession stand brawl that if he lost, he would not compete on Dynamite again.
And that's why these matches are going to be on Rampage and Collision.
If this match is on Rampage, go fuck yourself, Jeff Jarrett. I swear to God. I hate this shit. I hate Jeff Jarrett so much. And I don't care. I really don't care if Weaver sees this. Go fuck yourself, man, because Jeff Jarrett's a cancer.
Why
do I say fuck Jeff Jarrett for? I don't know. Let's list the reasons. You know, his wife's an asshole. Fuck you, Karen. Ruined TNA. Jeff Jarrett is, Jeff Jarrett's just, continuing to ruining my love for AEW, continuing getting these tag team title opportunities, or even being a part of a tag team title tournament that could get an opportunity for him. Just stay away. Stay away, Jeff. We don't need you. We don't need Jeff Jarrett on our screens, but that's me. That's me. It is what it is. Matt and Jeff combination. Great, but it's the wrong Jeff. God damn it. We don't even know who they're teaming up against. We don't even know their opponents. So, hopefully their opponents win. We then come back to ringside, where this whole Jericho thing takes place. He makes his way to the ring. He says that after a rough patch last week, we get a recap of the tag team match last week. As Jericho arrives to the ring, Jericho has a smirk on his face and watches the crowd sing along to Judas before giving them credit for being loud tonight. He says that it's a little bittersweet for him to be out here right now. They interrupted him with a Jericho chant, and he presses on. He addresses the big losses that he's had over the last couple of weeks and months, saying that it might be time to reevaluate a few things and make a couple of changes. He's telling us that that this here, it's a perfect place to really do the reevaluation of himself in the province of Alberta, and it's a perfect place. Seeing as it's where he started his career. He then talks about training in Calgary with Stu Hart. The crowd booed Stu Hart, so that was interesting. you know, and Jericho says, "You guys are booing Stu Hart." Then he just carries on, and he says that he drove all down. He drove up and down the 2 highway and the various landmarks, remembering why he started professional wrestling in the first place, why that got him to be so passionate about the pro wrestling business, and he says it still means everything to him. Jericho then feels resurrected, saying that it's time to become the best version of Jericho ever, only to be interrupted by the music of that piece of shit, Don Callis. He arrives to the ring amidst the crowd of boos, and it's just legitimately deafening in the arena. Callis gets into the ring, and the crowd still just lets him know that he's a piece of shit by booing the shit out of him. And Don starts to speak, but almost gets drowned in the boos by the crowd. But there's... you can still hear him to this extent. So he's doing the thing, talking to Jericho. He says that all those years ago, he says that we talked about main eventing the Tokyo Dome with Kenny Omega. Don says that without that match, the fans would not be here right now. Hell, we don't even know if Jericho would be here right now. Jericho says that it's hard to hear with all the boos going around. Before talking to Don Callis in 2015, he wanted to get back into the pro wrestling business, and Jericho put Don back into the business. He became bigger and powerful than ever. Without Jericho, Don would not be in the world of professional wrestling. Don starts to address the increasingly loud boos that he is continuing to get, with Callis saying that he agrees and that the two of them make history together whenever they are in the ring. Don says that he was betrayed by Kenny Omega, and he has been building a family revolved around trust. Don offers Jericho a chance to join the Don Callis family. Jericho takes a little bit, but he says at the end of the day, he doesn't join factions, he creates them. If you were really asking me to be a part of the Don Callis family, I got one word for you. Maybe. And then he walks off. I think that this would work.
That one would have been
Truly. I really do think that this would work. And I'm all for it.
Same. I'm all for it too.
Yeah, I mean, what could it hurt to see what happens?
I mean, because let's face it, guys. These two have tons of history with each other. They went through most of it tonight in promo, but these two have a ton of history together. They, whenever they did do whatever they were doing back in Tokyo for like the Tokyo Dome and all that kind of stuff, and Jericho getting done into AEW and all that stuff, like they have a ton of history and they can make this work. Jericho is a great talker enough as it is, but Don Callis, a lot of people call him, and this is just from what I can get from the people that I know outside of our circle and everything like that. People compare him to the Paul Heyman of AEW, Don Callis. So, that could be interpreted in many different ways. But at the end of the day, these two are great talkers. They get everything going together, and what better way to continue building on this family than by adding one of the greatest of all time in Chris Jericho? It works, and I think that they can bring the best out of each other.
Oh, what much we on?
So I was just reiterating the point of Don and Jericho being good for each other.
That would be cool to see. I actually wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So backstage, we see Renee checking in on Roderick Strong after what happened to him at Collision against Samoa Joe, which I still got to go back and watch. I was not able to watch it on Saturday, but hopefully I'll be able to watch it on television soon. So Cole arrived to check in on him before being interrupted by a text from MJF saying that he can't wait to do that double clothesline tonight. He says, "Listen, my match is next. I gotta go get ready, but I'll check in on you later." And then they fist bumped, and Adam Cole went back to doing his thing. So now they're texting each other, guys. Come on now. MJF and Adam Cole getting friendly now. So we're back at ringside, and MJF arrives to the stage with his music, and he says, "Cut my music, cut my music." That's the point, and it's all about that boom. And Adam Cole makes his way to the ring. He arrives, and the two head to the ring together. MJF is legitimately mimicking everything Adam Cole does in his entrance. He does the boom. He does the Adam Cole baby. And they're facing Matt Menard and the Butcher in the Blind Eliminator tournament. This is good. This was good. I mean, obviously, we knew what was going to be happening here. We knew that they were going to win. MJF and Adam Cole here. But this was good. Really good here. And, you know, they were playing off each other well. Can't complain with the way that they're really doing this right now.
Yeah, same. We know what it's gonna lead to eventually, but you know, I'm enjoying it while it's here.
Exactly. So, we get a tag in from Menard, but MJF finally gets the tag to Cole. Cole, with a neck breaker on Menard, but a double clothesline is intercepted by the Butcher, who ended up taking a super kick, sending him to the outside of the ring. Menard then fights back, but is met with a similar fate with a super kick, and MJF calls for a tag to do the double clothesline, but he refused. He hit the boom, 1, 2, 3, and they win. MJF's like, all right, you know, listen, maybe you just forgot. Maybe you just forgot the tag. That's all. They win. They advance into the semifinals, and MJF calls for the music to be cut as he gets the crowd to make some noise before telling Cole to do the thing, you know, because, you know, to do the Adam Cole baby. He says, well, first of all, he was asking if we have any devil worshippers in the crowd tonight, which...
That's a wild question to ask.
It's a wild question. It's a very wild question. I understand this whole thing.
TV too.
Yeah, I understand this whole thing about this whole like no one's on the level of the devil. I understand that, but the whole devil worshippers thing is wild to me still.
That's crazy.
And then he says, "Who's here a fan of a guy that has a very over ring name?" And then he said, "Do the thing." They did the whole Adam Cole baby thing. And then MJF says, "We're better than you, baby." MJF says that he wants to do another bro session to which Cole reluctantly accepts the bro session. Is just this is such an unserious team, and I love it. I love every second of it. But
I love it. I love it.
So with that in mind, MJF sets his championship down because he has one more thing to say. Happy birthday! It is Adam Cole's birthday.
Happy birthday!
They were doing an
baby.
impromptu birthday celebration for Adam Cole. There is a 1-layer miniature cake that he brought out with AEW security. They got balloon, they did streamers and all that kind of stuff. It's a modest cake. It's legitimately like the smallest 1-layer cake that you can legitimately find on like your local Walmart or something. It's just, I don't know, so bad. Maybe not Walmart, probably like your local bakery. I don't know, whatever. You guys get what I mean. It's the smallest cake you can find in like the bakery section. Cole then tries to shut all of this down, but MJF insists to make a wish. The crowd starts chanting to make a wish now, and MJF says, "Listen, I'm gonna shove his face into the cake. I'm gonna shove his face into the cake. I'm totally gonna do it." Once Cole blows out the candle, he goes to shove Cole's face into the cake, and Cole sees it, and MJF gets a face full of cake instead. He's like, okay, you got me. Then Cole says, listen, this is all in sincerity here. Thank you for doing this. He appreciates the birthday bash, saying, thank you, my friend, before leaving the ring.
Gold.
Was it serious? Was it not serious? Who knows? This was comedy gold at the end of the day. This was awesome.
Yeah, I love this MJF and Adam Cole shit.
Ow.
So, I loved it, man. I like, in all seriousness, though, happy birthday, baby.
Yeah.
Adam Cole. Freaking love him. God, I love him. Adam Cole. Listen, we all know, we all have our favorite memories of Adam Cole. We all have our favorite moments from Adam Cole. We all have our favorite, period and era of Adam Cole. Obviously, NXT Adam Cole is like untouched. I like Adam Cole NXT is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how you feel about Adam Cole's run within AEW so far, the guy is still predominantly used in AEW now, especially. And whether you like him or not, he is going to be an AEW World Champion. I fully believe he will be AEW World Champion one day. He has to be. They're building a company around a guy like him. Do it. Get him a world title at one point. And no, he is not too small to be an AEW World Champion. I can't stand that narrative.
No, he's not. It's wrestling.
But yeah, I do believe that he will be an AEW World Champion one day, and he's just, he's awesome. Awesome stuff there by Adam Cole. So, we're backstage and Renee checks in with Britt Baker, who says that she got a match against Ruby Soho. Asking what Baker has to say about Ruby's comments from last week. Baker says that Ruby lied last week, stating that the two things that she can never be taken away from, she will always be the face of this division, and she will always be the first ever Women's Owen Hart Cup winner. Baker says that she might just have to win the whole damn thing again, and it's a shame that they meet in the first round this time.
That's bold.
I'm glad she didn't win. I'm glad she didn't win. She didn't need the win. for this time around, and I'm glad Ruby got the win here. Renee again was backstage with JAS, Jericho Garcia, and Sammy Guevara. The two later found out that these two would be these two, and Guevara and Garcia are in the Blind Eliminator tournament. And said that, listen, this is going to be a great opportunity for you two, says Jericho. You guys are not going to be under my wing for that much longer. You guys need to go out there, win this tournament, and really win something for yourselves and not have me around all the time. So this will be great to determine a new leader since they can't be with him forever.
Mm-hmm.
I really listen. You guys can say whatever you want. You know, them still being a blind tag team because they're not really the tag team in JAS. They're still a part of the faction. So I really don't think of this as a blind tag team in the Eliminator tournament, but it is what it is. You know, it's going to be fun regardless, and whoever they face off should be fun. I'm hoping they actually face the Jeff Jarrett and Matt Hardy thing. That way, these two can actually move on into the semis, because these two are
There
great
we go.
regardless. So I'm hoping that's the tag team matchup we see. So, but yeah, I really don't think of this as like a blind tag team, but that could just be me.
Yeah, let's see.
So we then had the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament quarterfinal match. And it's Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho was obviously flanked by her Outcast members of Saraya and Toni Storm. Good match, you know. I mean, it's a 9:30. It's a 9:30 spot. Every time you look at the clock and it's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, it's the women's match. So you get it going there. It was a pretty simple, pretty easy women's tournament matchup here between Ruby and Britt Baker. Good stuff. Ruby got the win and advanced on into the semifinals, where she will be facing Sky Blue. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
And I'm hoping Sky wins against Ruby next week, or whenever they do their match.
Yeah, Sky will win this whole damn thing.
I wouldn't mind
Maybe
it.
if she would get rid of Kyle Fletcher, we wouldn't be praying on her downfall.
Mm-hmm.
So Baker deals with the Outcast on the outside before heading back into the ring. But Ruby catches Baker with a pinning combination with a little leverage from Toni Storm, who was holding her hand. And 1, 2, 3. That was it. So obviously there was a little bit of shenanigans. But honestly, when you're beating somebody like a Britt Baker, who is legitimately the face of this division, doing the shenanigans spot,
I love a good shenanigans
it works.
spot.
It works.
It's the best.
It works. So Ruby, Saraya, and Toni, they're booking it. They're out of here. They ran up that ramp so quickly. They were just at the top of the ramp, just celebrating. Then Sky Blue comes out of nowhere, and she arrives she's staring down Ruby. Ruby backs away and is leaving. Blue has a big smile on her face as a result of all of this, and she's happy about it. So she's going to be facing Ruby Soho into semifinals, and hopefully we get the right result in that.
Because if we don't, Tony, I'm on your ass.
I'll honestly be on your ass too, Tony, because you know that the Sky Blue deserves this thing. I love Ruby.
Exactly.
I love Ruby, but you know, Sky's been improving the hell out of herself as of late, and she's deserving of the spot. So get her into the finals. Maybe she can even win the whole goddamn thing and really showcase that new women's talent. It's what this tournament is really meant for.
Exactly.
So we're back at ringside, and it's time for the main event. It's a very, very simple and easy Dynamite to get through, guys. Really nothing too major here.
Good, because I'm
Wheeler Yuta makes his way to the ring first. This is followed by the arrival of Kenny Omega. It wasn't
one of my favorite theme songs of all time.
The only thing I love Dasha, right? It was Dasha Fuentes doing the
introduction,
doing the ring announcements tonight. But man, you know, I feel
you
like
aren't feeling it, are you?
I hate bringing up this man's name because, you know, he's an absolute dick now, and I really don't care what he's doing in professional wrestling nowadays. But Alberto Del Rio always had Ricardo Rodriguez doing his ring announcing. I feel like Justin Roberts should be the only person to announce Kenny Omega.
I agree.
Because the man does it's obviously so much extra with the whole, he does the whole like, oh yeah, this is his first match in like 365 days since like blah 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 blah, or doing the whole thing, and then the whole North Carolina, dude, it works. All Dasha did was say from Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 224 pounds, Kenny Omega. Justin Roberts. We need Justin Roberts. I like Dasha. I do. Dasha's great, but it's Justin Roberts for me. For Kenny. But yeah, this is cool. This was Kenny Omega's first match back since the loss to Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door. But he looks ready to go. I mean, he has some kinesio tape on his shoulder and everything like that, selling injuries and all that kind of thing. But he looked good. He looked good in this match against Wheeler. Wheeler lost again. I mean, that makes sense for him to lose again. But I need to ask you guys this because the BCC, Wheeler's just a punching bag at this point.
Correct.
Wheeler's just a punching bag at this point. He continues to get pinned every time when the BCC is either losing or in singles matches for Wheeler and all that kind of stuff. He is always losing. Wheeler Yuta is supposed to be benefiting from this. And he is supposed, like, if this is like a part of a story for him in the BCC, that's one thing. But there's no story here for him within the BCC, with him taking all these pinfalls. So, what's happening with him? And him just getting all these pinfall losses? Is it just because he's the most logical person to pin? Because you can't pin Moxley, Bryan, or Claudio? Because if there was a wink story, then it would make sense, for him to be pinned and then the other three have to build his ass up again. But they're not doing that. If they were doing that, that's one thing, but they're not. So what's with the whole constant pinning of Wheeler Yuta?
Maybe he has backstage heat.
I mean,
I doubt it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that, but I don't know. I just find it so weird that it's always Wheeler Yuta being the one pinned. And, I mean, obviously, it's a one-on-one situation. He had to get pinned tonight. It's Kenny Omega, first match back. But every single multi-man match at the BCC, it's always Yuta getting pinned if the BCC are losing this thing. So, I don't know. I thought this whole thing was to really, build up Yuta and really just like make him, better off for being a part of this group with these three amazing other talents. But I don't know. It could just be me. I could just be reading into that a little bit too, deeply, but it is what it is. The match is good though. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
Yuta and Omega were fantastic tonight. Omega really looked good. I was honestly I was looking forward to this match in more ways than one, mainly because of the fact of, obviously the injuries that he did sustain during the match with Ospreay and everything like that, just to really make sure that he is good to go with everything. And obviously, like, I'm actually even shocked that he was even able to do it tonight, because with the way that things were going down in that match, bro, I thought they were probably going to save him up until Blood and Guts so that he can be healthy to be in that match. Because, I mean, that was a 40-minute match, bro. Like, surprised you take like a week off and you're back in the ring already. But this was good. Yuta fights out of a one-winged angel attempt. He goes for the seatbelt pin, but gets a very, very close near fall. Yuta then gets hit with another V trigger, but still gets a near fall from that. Omega is ready to finish things off with another V trigger, but is stopped by Don Callis rushing to ringside. The ref is obviously distracted by this, and we see Konosuke Takeshita run into the ring to attack Omega from behind. And then Yuta covered him, and it was a kick out. Yuta then heads to the turnbuckle, but Omega intercepts. He does hit a one-winged angel for the win, and that was it. So, good stuff there. But there was no celebration for Kenny, as Claudio and Takeshita continued to beat down Kenny. Then the Elite come out, and Hangman and the Young Bucks with steel chairs to even the odds. They do a BTE trigger to Claudio, and as soon as Paige was about to hit Claudio with a steel chair to the head, the Dark Order come out. They yank the chair out from Hangman's hands, and that's it. It just goes right to the next show that was being promoted on TBS. That's it. As soon as Evil Uno just yanks the chair out of Hangman's hands, that's it. They cut off the show, and we get nothing. and that was it.
I hate cliffhangers. That upset me.
And that was it. I was so upset, because I'm like, dude, come on. You could have said, you could have like done some sort of stare down and say, thank you for joining us on Dynamite, have a good night or whatever, and then you could just leave it off like that. Like at least have some sort of like stare down. But no, as soon as he yanked the chair out of Hangman's hands, done. I'm like, what happened? What did we do? But that was it. And now I can totally see if that's how we're going to be ending things here. I can totally see some sort of thing between Dark Order and the Elite again, and some sort of like 6-man tag team action, or I don't know if AEW's done this kind of a thing yet, but imagine if they did like BCC, Dark Order, and Elite combo and like some sort of like trios tag team action. I don't know if they've ever done that before.
I don't think they have.
Well, WWE when they do like their triple threat tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if AEW's ever done that type of a thing before, where they do like a trios tag team match or whatever. I don't know. I mean, we could see that going. We could see just some random 6-man tag going. I don't know, but that cliffhanger really it upset me. But I was like, all right, they're obviously doing something like that. Otherwise, it wouldn't be cut off that way. But it was a nice Dynamite. It flowed very well. It just ended off in that cliff note where it was just, I don't know if it was poorly executed. I don't know if things were just late and they had to cut off the show regardless. But that was what it was. So, and now I just gotta put it back to. Nope. Okay.
There we go.
Nope. No. Oh, wait. No. Oh God. Okay. Okay. So. Nope. Nope. Okay. God damn it! This laptop. But yeah, it was what it was. Got the good thing going there. Just a nice Dynamite. Just a very nice, easy Dynamite to ease your wrestling. Just to continue getting your wrestling going on this weekend, through the week, and nice Wednesday Dynamite. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show.
It doesn't even really feel like Wednesday though with the weekend.
Not at all.
It is not.
It honestly feels like a Monday to me, and I'm just tired. But
Same. Me and you both.
But
yeah,
this was it was a nice Dynamite. That's all this was. It's just tiring knowing that we have wrestling on every single day of the week. But yeah, nice Dynamite. That's all this was. All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else to say before we get the hell out of here?
Subscribe to the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Subscribe to both the YouTubes. Deontay's and OTB, if you haven't already.
And subscribe to the main event players. Well, everything. The link is in my bio as well.
There you go.
Especially the
All right.
Patreon.
Oh yeah, and the Patreon. I forgot about that. So guys, thank you so much for joining us right here on OTB. Obviously, YouTube notifications did not go out. Otherwise, we might have actually had a chat. God damn it, YouTube. But listen, whoever sees this on the replay or whatever, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you for watching the replay or watching it live. It don't matter. We just love that you guys are here supporting OTB. Thank you guys for all the love and support when it comes to the links down in the description for all social medias and all that kind of stuff. The sponsor for tonight's episode of SeatGeek, and we love being a part of their family. They love being a part of ours, so we appreciate it. And we will see you on Friday for the Friday Night SmackDown post show right here on OTB. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless. Peace.